Sure.
Okay, thank you very much for joining us on this session that is going to be great. So here we're going to see how we can create animations or game development using Power Apps. So personally, I work with Canvas and all those Power Apps, but I don't have an idea or any clue how to create games or animations. So here is Sumit. But so your last name
Bajra-
is a little bit complex.
it's a Bajracharya.
Okay, so he's from Nepal. So he is giving this session at 3 a.m. in the morning on his country. So thank you very much for all your support. Sumit is an MVP, and he is a lead software engineer at Leapfrog Technology. So thank you very much, and it's all on you.
Okay. Thank you so much, and hello everyone. I'm Sumit. So thank you so much for having me at Business Application Latam Summit 2021 and 22. So I'm going to talk about creating animation or game development using Power Apps. First, here are our sponsors, Solution Metrics and Data Side, and AMG Solutions and Overcast. So talking about bit about myself, as mentioned as well, I'm a lead engineer at Signetic Leapfrog. Uh, Basically, right now we are creating vaccination solutions using Power Platform. So we are kind of using appointment scheduling as well as slot allocations, as well as getting the records of all the vaccination. And this product is basically used in right now at Washington State in different cities in Washington State. Uh, Apart from that, I'm a Microsoft MVP as well as a fast track recognized solution architect for the year 2021 and 22. I'm also an organizer of Power Platform User Group in Kathmandu. We have a small it's quite growing in Kathmandu, the Power Platform users. But we want to promote that, so we have organized group and we organize meetups on monthly basis. If you want to follow me or connect with me, you can follow me at Twitter at I am Sumit, and I also have a YouTube channel where I share about my knowledge on Power Platform. So, bit about the agendas that I'm going to cover. So, first of all, I'll talk about bit about animations and how we can do the animation and why animation in Power Platform. Some of the control-based animation that we could do using slider or timer control. I'll also talk a bit about using SVCs in Power Platform because it's quite something that comes handy when you're creating animations in Power Platform. And I'm going to share one of the games that I've developed in Power Platform. I get time. I might share about some other games that I've developed. So let's get started. So basically, like when you are animating, we want some figures to appear as a moving images instead of static images. Uh, in Power Platform, we can put different components like an image or a control, or maybe there can be a progress bar. So different components that we can put in within the canvas. But if we are allowed to move those components within the canvas, then we can give an experience of Power Platform. So previously, when animation was invented, it used to be multiple sketches that used to place together, and it gives an experience of animations, and that's the core basic of animation that we also apply in Power Platform. So in Power Platform, since a component can take value from any another components, like if we put an icon in canvas and there is a slider, let's say, based on the increased value of that slider, maybe we can move that icon and giving an experience of animation as well. Same thing we can do using a timer control. Also a bit of a demo on how we can do that and how we can use it in to create a quite an advanced level animation in Power Platform. So need of animation in Power Platform. So basically, like Power Platform is not a gaming tool, like it's a business application tool where we created solutions that solve business problems. So it's not generally an animating tool, because animation is something you use high rendering devices, 3D and 2D animations. But in Power Platform, in certain areas, like let's say you're showing a progress bar and you want to show it in a way that it's progressing in some of way from 0 to 100. uh, in that cases, in small element, if you put bit of an animations, it might help you in getting interactivity. It might help you in a bit of increasing your user experience. And there are instances when our customers, our clients have asked, like, let's put something moving here. Let's have this text running over hovering, like it's a marquee that you used to use in HTML. So something like that is always kind of an ask by our customers when we are creating these kind of a things in Power Platform. So yeah, so to increase the interactivity as well as to give a pleasant user experience, we can use the animation in Power Platform. And in the demo also, I'll show you some of the elements that we can use for the animation. Apart from that, like uh, to basically apply animation, we can use SVGs in Power Platform, because it's a scalable vector graphic that we can put uh, in the Power Platform, and in that there are different scalable values that we can increase or decrease to give an animation effect. Uh, so these values, since it's a vector of values, it does not when you increase the size of it, it does not give a blur effect, rather than it gives a perfect vectorized image. So more on that in the demo. And then at the end, I will show you some of the games that I have created and how I have used the advantages of different controls, SVG images, GIFs to attain animation in Power Platform. So yeah, I'll move to the demo part. Okay. So over here, like we have different elements I was trying out. So I'll just create a new screen. And in this new screen, I am going to insert an image. First, let's just add an icon. So let's say I have a save icon. So I want this save icon to move in this canvas based on the value that I give from another maybe slider or maybe a timer. So first, let's just use a slider. So this is a slider, and now this is a save button. So what I want to do is there every control that we put in the canvas, there is an X value and there is a Y value, which is the coordinates of this particular control in this canvas. And this X value and Y value start from here. So here, if you see in your right, if you see that the right now the position of X and Y is 0 and 0, and as you keep on increasing it, the value of X is increasing to 296 till the end of this. It gives you 1302, which is the maximum X value that it can take. Again, if you take it to the bottom, you can see that the Y value is increasing. So think of this as a graph which increased from X to Y coordinate. So we can define its movement to X and Y based on the value of X and Y that move that the change of the X and Y value. So we have a slider here, which is slider 2, and here we have an X and Y. So let's say if I want to move this in this direction, what I can do is in the X value of this, I can put slider 2 dot, it's giving some time, dot value. Oops. So just giving some time to process. Okay. So now when I play this, as I increase this, this is moving, right? It's just giving off an animation effect. So now same thing. Right now, like my actions are animating this, but then I can use a beautiful control called timer, which is over here. Now, if I use timer, I don't need to use slider or use my control to animate it. Rather, I can just use the value of this timer to move this. So here is this save icon. And now this is the timer. The name of this timer is timer 2. So I'll just go over here and put timer 2. Now the value of this timer increases very fast. So like if I click this, sorry, I think it's not okay. So it moved very fast, so that's why it's not appearing like so. But you can see that. So if I play it again and click it, it's moving, right? Again, if I clear it, it's moving. So now I can decrease the speed of this timer by dividing whatever values that it gives. So I'll just put a label here. So what this timer is doing is it's increasing the time from particular from millisecond basis. So if I put the value of timer here, you can see what's it's giving. Timer 2 dot. Let's give it some time to process. Oops. Okay. Okay, I think it's getting it. Okay. So if I play this, you can see that the value of this timer is increasing, and what it's doing is it's taking its value on the millisecond basis. So when I start it again, it start from 1 second, 2 second here, but on the millisecond basis, it's starting over here. So when it's 4 second, it's 5 second, it's 5,000, it's 7 second, it's 7,000. When it's 9 second, it's 9,000. So it's increasing based on that. But let's say if I want to control the speed of this, what I can do is right now it's increasing on the millisecond basis. So if I want to uh, half this, the increase the speed of this by uh, double, so I want half of its speed. What I can do is I can just divide the timer value by 2 so that it gives uh, the half of the speed than it currently having. So instead, when it's 1,000, it won't be 1,000, but it will be rather 500. So 400 plus 500. Based on that, the value would be increasing. So so let's click here, and it's a bit slowing down. And let's just give it more than just half. Let's give it 10. So just 10 times slower than what it was before. So it's now slowing down. So so you can use some mathematical calculation to slow down your values from just giving it a high value to speed of the value to increasing. So if you want to increase its value by 10-fold, you can just multiply this, and then it'll increase the speed by 10 times. So yeah, so it's not even showing up. Just give it a visible value. So I'll just use into 2. Yeah, so you can see that the speed is increasing, right? So so you can use this timer control, and you can use maybe multiple timer controls when you have to use game development. So now with this timer control, we can also use another important thing called SVG to kind of give off an animation effect. So I'll insert an image here. So when you are putting an image, you can either put an URL or add a media from your local devices into your media and then use it as an image. But what you can also do is you can use SVGs here. So to start with SVGs, I have already created some SVGs here. So this is an SVG that I have it here where where there is a uh, so SVGs always start with this value called data image SVGs XML. So I'll just copy this value and come over here and paste it and maybe put the stroke width as 7 for now. So what's giving me here is a circle with stroke width 7. Let's give some time for it to process. Yeah, okay. So this is a circle SVGs, and you might wonder like where I got these values SVGs, XML 100. So basically SVGs are vector based images, and it uses these XML tags to create it vector images. And for to know more about SVGs, there is this website where you can go W3 Schools, where you can try creating different SVGs. So the circle that you have it here, I got it from here. This is the circle. This is the same code that I'm putting it over here. And you see here that it has a view box of 100 to 100 and circle with these values 50 to 50. And you can use these values to increase or decrease this the dimension of this circle. So if I use 60, you can see that it's moving a little ahead. Again, I use 60. Here it's moving a little down. So you can modify these values to give this SVGs some kind of effect. So I'll just put it 50 by 50 for now. And then there is this stroke width, which I can again increase, but just increase this 100 times and give it some time. Sorry, it's taking a bit of time to process. Okay, so this has a stroke width of 100, so it's not even showing up. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to use again this slider value in this SVGs to kind of give some kind of animation effect. So I'll come over here and use. I'm just concatenating the slider value with this SVGs dot. Oops. You Let's give it some time to process. Okay, so let's see. This is 0 over here, and I just keep on increasing. It's giving a bit of an animating effect as well again. So in this case, this icon was just moving in particular direction. Now we can have this animation effect because we have control over this SVG's uh, dimensions as well, right? So again, you can use this timer control to put the same effect to the SVG so that it kind of happens automatically without any much effort from your side. Probably it will happen too fast, so I'll just decrease the speed by 10%. Let's see. Yeah. Yep. Let's see again. So now this timer control, I have to click it all the time. So what I can do is I can use another button to trigger this timer control. So I'll just put it as start. And then what I'll do is I'll just put a variable that will trigger this timer, so that you don't always click this timer, right? You have, when you're creating a game like this, there is this fire button or down button which is actually doing the work, though in your in behind the scenes timers are doing all the work, but in front you have to have these buttons that actually do the work. So over here also I'll use a start button to start this timer. So I will call this as a uh, start timer, and then oops, it's taking a bit time. Okay, true. And since you are starting the timer, usually it needs to take the transition from false to true, because sometimes it can just stay in the true state. So I'll just use false to true so that it gives a transition from the false state to the true state, so that the transition can be known from this timer and it just start working. Uh, let's just give some time to process. So in the onSelect property of this button, I'm just putting these, setting these global variables. You can use a local variable as well, just putting global variable, so that because it's easy as a syntax. So I'm using this and putting on the start property of this timer. Okay, so click it and it's working. And then I might want to stop it as well. So stop. And in the stop case, I will just use start timer as false. Start. So I'm just starting and this is stopping it. Play it again. Start, stop. Again, play it, start, and I'm stopping it. Better than stop, I just cause it pause. Next thing I can do is I can start it, pause it, or I can just reset it. I think we can use something like reset. Mm, timer one, sorry, timer two. Okay, let's start, reset, start, reset, start, pause, reset. So this is how you can use a timer control and to animate, and then and use SVCs. But there are lots of other SVCs that we can use. So let's say I don't want to use this circle, I want to use a rectangle. I can come over this website, w3school.com, and see for like other uh, vector images that I can use. So this is an SVC image that I want to put in this in my canvas. Okay, so the code of this SVC is something like this: rect with 300 100. So I'll just copy it, put it between my SVC uh, view box. So instead of the circle, I'll just replace this with the rectangle. And what happens is, since when you are taking these values from these websites, it's giving you in double quotations, and when there is a double quotations, it kind of treats you like a string. So what I can do is I will use a notepad and replace these quotations value. So I'll just use replace this quotation with single quotation and just copy it, come it over here and place it. So here I have a rectangle, and if you see this, its width and height passes the view box area that we have defined for this SVGs. So let's just put it within this boundaries of this view box. So I'll put it 50 and 50. Yeah, so it's within this view box. And again, if you want to put animation for it, you can use these timer values and put it within these rectangles to give an animation effect to this SVGs. So another SVGs that can be really useful is this one, which is a progress bar. But before going to progress bar, let's just use this one, which is a gradient SVGs. So that's also, I think you can find it over in the example section. So if you go to SVG example, I think there is a one with a gradient and a text, this one, which I just used over there. So let's just comment here, here, and use that one. So this is an SVG that I'm thinking of putting it over here. So again, you don't have to do anything. You just have to come and copy this, put it in your text box, replace all your quotes, your double quotes, which was something like this with a single quote, and then just copy it and paste it within this uh, region. Let's see if it's showing. Taking some time to load, but you can use these SVGs in this. I think if you put this 100, yeah. So this SVGs is quite big. So instead of just using this view box as 100 and 100, I'll use it 200 and 200 because I think that's how it's defined inside. Uh, okay, let's check the values that I have put. So I'll just use this one for now and put it here. You can play around with these positions so that it kind of fits in within your screen. I'll just put this values that I have tried before in the screen, and it should probably show up. I think it's about the view map, which is 400 by 400. So I'll use 400 by 400 so that it kind of shows in the center. Okay, so this is the SVG. Now you can increase the font size, or you can again give an animation effect using these slimers. So I'll just use a slider for this. Put the value in this font size so that the font size works based on the slider. So you increase it and you can see that again the text is animating, and same with the process. You can use this timer, put it in the text and use it to give some kind of an animation effect. So I have similar a progress bar here, which I have created using an SVGs and use it to animate it. I think something like this. So you can see that this progress bar is progressing based on the click that I have done here. It's now stopped, but it's increasing, right? So this animation is something also I have done using an SVG. So if you see its value over here, we have three circles. The first one is the hollow white in the middle, which is the first one. Second one is the stroke that covers the border, and third one is the green progress effect that's coming here, which is here. And if you see here, like in the last one, I have used stroke dash array and stroke offset. And in the stroke dash array, what I've done is I've used a timer value, and I've used 100 minus timer value. And when it's like around 50%, so let's remove it for now. So this is something you can use to show the progress. So when it's 50 and 50, it'll just show you half. You can let's wait for a bit. Usually it does not take that much of a time, but it's taking time to process. So when it's 50 and 50, it should be like half and half. Oh, taking so much time. And let's just, okay. So when it's 50 and 50, you can see that it's taking half and half. Let's use it like 75 and 25 probably. So it should be like from over here to over here. Yeah. Uh, so this is something you can use it for progress, but when you are using a timer value, what I'll do is this is the progress and this is the remaining progress. So based on these values, I can kind of give it a animation effect. So first one is using what's the name of this timer? So the name of this timer is timer one. So timer one dot value. So this timer has the maximum duration of 6,000, right? So what I want to do is I want to have it a little slow effect. So I'll divide it by 600. 600. So you can see the progress very slowly. So it increases by 1, 2, 3, 4 to up to 100 because the maximum duration that I have set for this timer is 6,000. So maximum duration it'll have is 6,000. So 6,000 divided by 600 is 100. So maximum value that this progress bar can have is 100. So 6,000 divided by 600 gives you 100. That's why the maximum progress will be 100. But then following with the progress, I also need to give what's remaining, right? So I'll minus the value that you get it from here so that you will get the remaining progress as well. So give an n% so that I'm concatenating the. So now what's happening here is when it's 50, 100 minus 50 is 50 50. When it's 75, 100 minus 75 is 25. When it's 60, when it's 60 over here, 100 minus 60 is 40. So based on that, this progress bar can just act on. So starting, right? So I can just simply show and put the value that I'm getting it over here in maybe a level so that you can see how it's working. This is the value that's progressing, and the another value is the one which is increasing. So let minus. Oh, I hope. Let's wait for a bit. Not the right time to get stuck. So let's keep this over here. I think this is frozen, so I'll just move on to my game that I have developed. So basically, I just wanted to show here that when this is progressing, when it's 50, it's 100 minus 50 is 50. Just wanted to show that. So let's progress this over here. This is the game that I have created using Power Platform. So what it basically does is we have Superman here and we have Darkseid over here. So he's throwing lasers over here, and if you can see here that the health of Superman is decreasing over here. So when it's throwing lasers and it hits Superman, it's decreasing the decreasing the health of Superman. So you can move up and down like this, and you can throw laser back as well. So when it hits the laser to Dark Side, it kind of decreases its health as well. So how I achieved is I put couple of elements in my canvas, like there is a space background over here. So this is a GIF image that is there in the background. Then we have Superman, which is again a GIF images. So the way it's moving is because it's a GIF, and you can easily find these GIF images. I think I just Google Superman flying GIF, and I think I got it easily. Probably you might, probably you not. Animated GIF. I don't know. I just got it. Had to search a bit, and I found this GIF. Same with the dark side. You can find the GIF easily, and since it's animating in the looping state, it kind of gives you a lively effect that it's animating. And apart from there are a couple of timers that I have used for the animation. So I have a collision test timer. So what this timer is doing is it kind of checking when Superman throws the beam. It's checking whether it hits dark side or not. So let's see it's on timer end. So it's checking on the regular interval on so its duration is so this is a collision test timer, right? So its duration is 800. So in every 800 milliseconds, it's checking
Sumit,
whether the lid. Yeah,
sorry to interrupt you, but I think your
yeah.
screen was get frozen. We're still seeing action needed.
Really? Okay. Let me.
Yeah.
Can I share my screen again?
Yeah, you can stop sharing.
Yeah. Okay. Can you see this? Uh, can you see my screen?
Not yet.
Which screen are you seeing?
It's black.
Okay.
I mean, it shows that you are sharing something, but it's completely black.
Okay. Um. Okay. Let's reshare again. How long has it been happening? Hopefully not for long.
No, no, no,
Can
just
you see?
some
Yeah,
seconds.
yeah. Can
Okay,
you
now.
see the this? Okay, so can you see Superman, Darkseid,
Correct,
Space?
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. So I have used couple of timers for animation. I was talking about the dark side collision timer, which is over here, and I have hidden it because I don't want to show it on the screen. But you can just uh, use the visible as yes to show it, which is here. So I think I have one, two, I don't know how many. Yeah, a couple of timers here. So I'm putting its visibility as true, which is here. So I've just hidden it so that users won't know. So this collision timer is checking on every 800 seconds whether the beams that Superman has thrown has collided with dark side or not. So how it's doing is if I go in its on timer end property, which is like in the duration of this timer is 800 seconds. So every 800 seconds it's checking whether the X position of Superman laser plus the width of the Superman laser. So since Superman laser start from here, let's say this up button is Superman's laser. When I fire it, what it's checking is from the up, which is the X position, to its right, which is the end of the rectangle that Superman is throwing. It's checking whether the end position of this laser is greater than the X position of this dark side image, or it's within the range of this dark side's Y position. So if it's in the geometrical position where this dark side exactly is, it increases the health of dark side by 10. So this dark health that I have set here, which is a variable that I have set here, it's increasing over here. And if I check its width, I can see that, okay, if I check its width, it's 10 plus dark health. Initially it's 0, so you just when I it start from the width of 10. When you keep on throwing the lasers and it hit dark side, it keeps on increasing, and when you finally complete the game, it shows game over. Again, this dark side is, if you see here, it's randomly moving from different positions, right? So if sometimes it's here, then it's teleporting to another position, then it's here, and again it's teleporting to some another position. In our case of Superman, I'm clicking this up button or down button to like just to move this move the Superman. So what I'm doing over here is, this is Superman and it's in its Y position. You see here there is a variable called sup position, and if you check on the up button, what I'm doing is, if the sup position is greater than 0, then I'm decreasing its value by 10. Why I'm decreasing the value by 10 is, Superman is over here, which is 0, and then when I click up button, it's kind of going up. So I need to progress to 0 because this is the 0 position. So I need to progress to up. The more I click this value, it goes up. When I click down value, I'm adding the value to sub position so that it's moving down. So if you see here, we have Superman position plus 10. So that's how Superman is moving up and down. And in case of apocalypse positions, if you come here and see its Y position, I have this variable called dark side position Y, and this position is changing through another timer that I have set it here, which is timer dark side position. So if I come here and see the
Wait,
position of the dark side, yeah,
sorry to interrupt you, but I think we also getting the frozen screen right now. We're
again,
still watching the like you are running the app.
uh-huh.
Is what we are seeing now.
Um, Let me reshare my screen. Hopefully it solves the problem. Okay. Uh, is it good? Let me share my window. I guess it might solve the issue. How is it now?
You were sharing your desktop or just an app?
Right now the window. I was sharing my desktop, but I think I was just hoping sharing the window should solve the problem. Is it okay for now?
Um, well, it is.
Give me a second.
Yeah.
Okay. So can you see now?
Yes.
Okay.
Very good.
Uh,
Thanks.
okay. Sorry for that. So if you see, there is this dark side and its position is dark side position Y, and since you can see that this this is moving in a very random basis. Sometimes it's showing in here, sometimes it's showing somewhere, right? So what I'm doing again in case of dark side's position is there is this timer called dark side position, which is here, timer dark side position. And what I'm doing is it has a duration of 1,000 seconds, and in each 1,000 seconds it changes its position. So duration is sorry, 1,000 millisecond, which is like 1 second. In each second, this timer gets resets, and it starts from zero. So 0 to 1,000, then again back to zero, then to 1,000, right? So at the end of this timer, which is like at the end of each second, it it kind of sets the value of the dark side's position so that uh, it changes automatically. So if I go to on its timer end, so you can see that here I have used dark side position and then use a random value multiplied by 10, and I have used modulus 370. So why 370 is because this screen is of 370 width. So whatever value that this random value gives, I divide it by 370 so that the answer comes within the range of 0 to 370. So if it's
Summit.
0, it'll come up. Yeah.
I think just realized every time you go like and click and play on your app, and then you go back to your
Uh-huh.
formula, is where we
Uh-huh.
are getting frozen on the screen.
Okay. Can you give me some time? I can switch my internet. I think it will just take a second.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Hello?
Yep, I can hear you,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
and
I'll
we can
share.
see your screen. Well, okay now.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah, we're good now. Thanks.
Okay. Okay. So this is a timer that I use to randomly position the dark side's Y position. And if you see the function over here, so I am setting this dark side positions at the end of each 1 second, and I'm just using a random value and modulus by 370 so that whatever I value I get, it is within the range of 0 to 370. And then I'm taking the dark side timer count, so it's increasing as well, and so that it kind of resets the timer in timely basis. So based on that, the dark side is moving. Then it needs to throw lasers as well. So there is a laser timer, which I think is of. So if you see, there is I have two lasers. One is a dark side laser, which is an animated one. So if you see, this is the laser that dark side is throwing. And if I go and check its X position, because laser is coming from uh, left to right, so I can see its X position. So what I'm doing is there is a timer collision value that I'm using to decrease the value, because this is the zero position. So whenever it's throwing the laser, it's decreasing from 708, which is the position it is at right now, to the value of Superman's timer collision, and then it's increasing the based on the increasing value it's checking. So I have a timer collision timer which increases from 0 to a certain point, which is this one. Timer collision, where is it? Okay, so this timer is increasing from 0 to 800. That means the laser that darkseid is throwing is increasing from 0 to 800, right? So right now it's at 0. So when it increases its value, it's increases from 708 to 707, 706, 705, 4, 3, and till here, where till it's over here. And when it's over here, let's say it's at somewhere around 7 at 0 position. When it's at the 0 position or the maximum value that it's giving, it's checking well it has collided with the timer or not. So this is the Superman collision timer, and at its end, which is how's the internet right now? It's does it doing fine?
Yes, we're still
Okay,
having good quality image.
okay, okay, great. So what this timer is doing is it's using it for the laser to come from dark side's position to the Superman's position, but at the end of when it's when this laser is at the end, it's checking where the collision has happened or not. So let's go to its visibility. Okay, sorry. This where is the laser? So let's just keep its visibility. So I have like done too many things, so I might not be able to cover all the things, but just wanted to give an idea that using all these controls, you should be able to kind of uh, develop games in the Power Platform. So I'm just keeping this laser as true for all the time. So you can see that this laser is being thrown till the end. So at the time when it reaches the end, it's checking where it collides with Superman or not. So here when it's exactly hits Superman, it checks whether it has hit Superman or not. So this is a timer collision, and it's checking whether it's the Superman's width and everything matches the value or not. If it's values, it increases the health. And in the same case of Superman, there is a time collision, and in this case, I have used a rectangle. For dark side, there is a big laser, but in case of Superman, I just use a sharp rectangle. So which is again there is a laser component. Yeah, so just I use a rectangle, and again, this rectangle is also driven by. So if I check its X position, I use timer dark side collision value to drive this rectangle. It's not showing off right now, so I'll just use visible and make it visible all the time so that you can get an idea. Mhm. Laser.
So just to let you
Yeah.
know, we are 5 minutes left.
Yeah, so I'm almost done. I think I've almost covered all. So I just wanted to show the end one, which is the game over part. So I'm just keep on trying. So I'm just keep on trying, and it's hitting dark side. So so you can see the health is increasing whenever decreasing. Sorry, when it's hitting the dark side. So this is the dark side health. I'm throwing fires, and it's decreasing the health. Okay, I can die as well because my health is also decreasing. I can tackle. Yeah. So now what's happening here is whenever this is full, I'm using you win status. You win. This is again a GIF that I'm showing, and there is a restart button. So this GIF, if I go its visibility. So if I come here and if I check if the oxide's health is greater than 170, this GIF is shown. So I keep on increasing, I keep on hitting lasers. When it collides with dark side, it increases the value of the dark side health. And when it keep on increasing, it reaches to a point of 170, which is the full health that it can have. At that position, this will show up. Same with there is I use a game over image as well. So there is a game over image as well. In that case, opposite to what I did for dark side. So if I go to its visible, when Superman's health is greater than 170, the game over one is shown. And then I just use this restart to kind of reset all the health, and then it starts again. Since Superman health start from zero and Dark's health start from zero, this image disappears as well as this restart button, and the game starts again. So yeah, that's about it. Uh, so yeah, anything? I think I'm just the time is just done.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much, Summit, for the session. So this session was recorded, so we're gonna be uploading all sessions into our YouTube channel. So thanks for your time, for the support, and I think you can have rest for
Yeah.
the next couple of hours for your next day. And well, so once again, thank you, and see you on your next on our next session. So please check our agenda on our website to keep updated on those sessions. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me here, and goodbye, everyone.